Hi everyone, welcome to my next lesson in my series, Frequently Asked Questions from my private lessons. If you are interested in checking out the other lessons in this playlist series or would like to book a private lesson with me, please check out the links in the description below. So we left off looking at the tune Honeysuckle Rose and how we can apply our three-finger rule to the melody and embellishing of the melody to form solos, as well as anchoring our melody to chord grips and figuring out new chord grips if we don't know the chords or the arrangements of them underneath the fingers where our melody is. So we were taking a look at how we play the basic melody of Honeysuckle Rose and knowing that the chords are a G minor and C7, finding those chords underneath that melody. So we broke it down and we saw that we had a G minor 7 right here, G, D, F, and B flat, which uses a lot of the notes from the melody. And then we saw that we had the 5 chord, the C7 with an added 9 right here. I'm not going to review those, so check the previous video to show how we found that. But that falls within the 3-fret rule and then the extension of the pinky into the 4th fret if we need that extended note to create some more color. So going from there, we added those extensions, and now we're going to talk about how we can apply the 3-finger chromatic ideas I've talked about in past lessons to the melody. So first off, let's just look at the melody one more time quickly. So we have C, B flat, D, F, A. And we're just going to kind of repeat that. So we're just going to go. Repeat the A. So we're going from there. A, G, F, D, F, F, F. And then kind of repeat that with a little ornamentation. So that's the basic melody for the A section. So let's take a look at where the 3 fingers lie. So the first part, C down to B flat. I've got 3 fingers there, and then I can connect it. Okay? And then I'm shifting now into the D, F, and A. So because these are my melody notes, and because they're tied to the chord, they're anchored to the chord, we can approach all of these with 3 fingers. So we can go up to D, so we'll go C to D. We can go E flat to F, G to A. So all together we now have this. Connecting, right? We have this connecting of all of the notes in our melody using the chromatics. And then we can, fill out that first one too. And then when we get to the A up here, we can do a super connector and just come right back up to the first note in the melody. So I would just practice that like we did with All of Me, just taking the stock melody and then trying to fill in all the gaps in it and all of the main notes, right, that we're emphasizing with the approach from above and below. So we can go the opposite way. So we might go. Okay, and that's just going the opposite way of approaching the same note. So just going through that a couple of times, just playing through it in different ways. All right, so once we're comfortable with that, and we've played too much and we've done too much with the chromatics, we need to scale back a little bit and put some more space into it, and then just think about more ornamentation rather than just long lines of eighth notes in chromatics. So we might have something like this. I might start off with the melody, now approach, So hopefully you can see in that, I was just trying to drop in those 3-note chromatics as simply as I could, trying to varying the line between longer connected, more 8th note phrases, and then more kind of spaced with quarter notes. Try something again for you. And this time I might depart more from the outline of the melody. I'm still going to use all of those notes, but I might not start always on that first note of the melody. So I might go now. Right, something like that. Maybe one more time I'm going to start lower, so I might go. Okay, so some things like that, keep it swinging. You've got, now an idea of playing the melody, of filling in the melody, of connecting it and making it longer, and then just laying back and letting the rhythm do its thing and letting it speak like that. Now let's take a look at the B section. So this is a great way to work on our chromatics too. So to break down the melody for you, we start on an F chord. It's an F7 going to a B flat. So we're gonna go to a G chord, then the C. So we've got 1 to 4, 2 to 5, just following that sequence. And the pattern for the melody over that is the first note, the second, flat third, third. And then we're doing that the same for the G chord, the 2 chord. First note, second, flat third, third. And we're answering each one of those with a little bit of blues. So right here, if you're thinking about blues and B flat, right? Kind of like your swing blues, which as a note we will talk about in some future lessons of how to incorporate blues into this. It's a huge part of how I see swing playing. And then we've got the blues up here if we're thinking of like C blues. Okay, so if you've already noticed, right, we've got F to A. Look at all that chromatic. Then we've got G to B. Look at all that chromatic. So I can have just a lot of fun playing up and down that little chromatic pathway using the 3 fingers. So I might go a 1, 2, 3. Right? So this kind of swinging, more rhythmic based. Try again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was more kind of 8th notes chromatically connecting up and down with it. So that's a way that I would kind of start addressing that B section using some of these ideas that we've talked about. And we see how the chords are underneath them. We see like there's an F chord right here for the melody. We have an F triad right here to end it. And then the B flat blues, we got our B flat chord right there that's tying that down. And then we just carbon copy all that up for the G and C. So we have G here to end the G part of the melody, and then C here. Okay, so all together, I might now have a swinging solo that sounds like this.